This is the chest-supported dual cable row using a functional trainer machine. This exercise is perfect if you're training at a home gym or apartment gym, but is also a great exercise on its own nonetheless. In this tutorial, I'll give you a step-by-step guide how to set this exercise up for a mid-back row, but we'll also try to perform a row for the upper back. For the setup, place an adjustable bench in front of the cable machine at a distance where you can get a full range of motion, but also easily get into position to perform the row. Next, set the adjustable bench to roughly 45 to 60 degrees from horizontal. If you have the bench closer to 60 degrees like I'm doing here, have the pulleys 1 or 2 notches up from the bottom, but if you have the bench closer to 45, place the pulleys all the way at the bottom. Each bench is just slightly different, and it also depends a little bit on your height, so in the end, just do the angle of the bench that you like and feels the most comfortable. Next, if needed, use weight plates or dumbbells to place in front of the bench so it doesn't slide forward as you row. Now you might be asking, why don't you just set the pulleys at chest level and have the bench fully upright? For one, the bench would slide forward much easier since you're pulling straight to back, versus this one, it's slightly pulling the bench down into the ground, making it harder to slide. And two, since the bench is at an angle and you're falling into the bench, it allows for more support on the chest, making it easier to drive the chest forward as you row and get a better contraction. And if I just change the angle of the camera, you'll see that I'm still getting the same forward to back rowing path to bias the mid back. Now to get into position, grab the handles, using wrist straps if you like, and then slide into the bench. Now you can kneel down on the bench like this, which I prefer, and if your bench is long enough, but you can also do it standing with the feet wide apart on the ground just like this. In the end, just do the variation that feels most comfortable to you. With tension in the cables, initiate the movement by leading with the pinkies and the elbows, and while driving the chest forward into the bench, pull the elbows behind the torso and where the arms are abducted out to the side at roughly 45 degrees to bias the mid-back. Now as you row, think like you are driving the shoulders behind you and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep the head neutral with the spine and avoid pushing the head down as you row. Get a pause at the back, and on that eccentric, always slow and controlled 2 to 3 seconds, and think like you're still pulling these shoulders and elbows behind you, and make sure you get a full range of motion by fully extending the arms while keeping the elbow loose, and allow the shoulders to slightly roll forward like this to better lengthen the traps and rhomboids. Again, make sure as you row, you drive the chest forward into the bench, and almost like you're pointing the chest up. Now towards the end of your set, you may not be able to pull all the way back, and that's okay, but still try to get a pause as far back as you pull. And now for the advanced lifters, your last rep should look something like this, where you try to perform that concentric for 3 to 5 seconds before giving up. And now as promised, I'll show you how to bias the upper back, and for that, you just adjust the pulleys to shoulder height so that when you pull, the arms are abducted out to the side at roughly 90 degrees, just like this. Now if you learned something from this video, please leave a like and go ahead and subscribe so I can keep making more of these tutorial videos. See ya!